Hello, and welcome back to the mat. Today's practice is geared towards intermediate level, but all levels are welcome to play and modify this flow as you see fit. When you're ready, settle into a comfortable, easy seat in the middle of your mat, and we can begin. As you begin to settle in, feel the surfaces that you're connected to. Tune in to the feeling of your breath. Finding gratitude for this self-care time. Surrendering to whatever comes up for you. Surrendering to this moment. Take one big breath in and let it all out. Meeting in bound angle next. Pressing the soles of the feet together, lifting up through the crown of the head. Finding length in the spine for these first moments. Perhaps closing the eyes, tuning inwards. And on your next exhale, gently fold forward towards the feet. Allowing a gentle opening of the hips. Find one more breath. Before releasing back to a neutral spine, crossing the feet at the ankles. Your left hand comes to the opposite knee as the right arm sweeps overhead, big side body stretch. Using any opposition to find more space. And crossing the right arm over the left, pressing through the knees to round through the back, sending the shoulder blades up to the ceiling. One deep breath. And inhale to lift the chest, coming into eagle arms. Further unraveling the spine, lifting the hands up towards the sky. Unraveling the arms on your next exhale. Finding the other side. Right hand crosses over to left knee. Feeling a stretch along the left side of the ribs. And crossing the left arm in front, really rounding through the back. Opening up along the upper spine. And inhale, lifting up into your eagle arms. Big full breath in. Exhale, see where you can soften. Unraveling the arms on your next out breath, coming into tabletop. sending the hips back towards the heels and over to the right side. Hold here and over to the left, beginning to wake up the lower back and the spine as you start to sweep the hips side to side, maybe making these movements bigger, finding full hip circles or anything else that feels juicy and inviting. Invigorating the body with this mobilization. Taking another breath and meeting back in a nice neutral spine on hands and knees. Extend the right leg behind, reaching the heel back, opening up through the calf. Connect to the core and inhale, peel the left arm up, threading the needle on your exhale, keeping the right leg extended. Pressing back up, left hand reaches for the sky, and then lifting the right leg, trying to reach for the ankle. Send the foot up, finding your balance, igniting stability, control. Carefully releasing the leg back down, tabletop. Extending the left leg for the other side. Finding a nice long line from heel to crown. Pressing away from the mat. Inhale, right hand reaches skyward. Exhale, thread the needle. Creating as much space as you can. Releasing with each exhale. And pressing back up, making your way into your tiger pose. Using the opposition of the hand on the ankle to open the hips and send the foot a little bit higher. Holding here. And releasing. Tucking the toes, coming into downward facing dog, taking a few spinal rolls. If you have a favorite way to mobilize through the spine, we can take that now. Otherwise, lift the heels, roll through a high plank, bend the knees, and send the hips back. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, roll forward, and come back into downward facing dog. Taking about 5 of these breaths in total. Moving with care and control. Finding unity between body and breath, and meeting back in downward facing dog. Making your way up to the top of the mat however you would like to get there, preparing for about 3 rounds of sun salutation A. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, upward salute, ground down through the feet. Exhale, dive. Breath in, halfway lift, and plant the hands, plank pose. Taking a vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Maybe taking a little hop to the front of the mat, or a little dance. Find some fun, find some play. Letting the breath guide your pace. Feeling some heat and some energy in the body. Taking your last sun salutation, but this time meeting in downward facing dog. Whenever you arrive, pressing through the hands, bending the knees, lifting the right ankle and rolling it out, waking up the joint, then extend the leg, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, stack the hips, press the foot to the other side of the room, squeezing through the glutes. Exhale, three-legged dog, and back to downward facing dog. Bend the knees and pick up the left ankle. Sending your feet some love, we extend into three-legged dog. And stack the hips, exhale. Gaze under the shoulder. Beautiful. Back through three-legged dog and meet down on the knees. Coming through a tabletop and melting into puppy, reaching the fingertips out, finding a few pulses here, strengthening the upper back along the sides of the spine. And a few breaths to melt down. Raising up, back through tabletop. Extend the right leg long, coming into a half moon variation. On the left knee, pick up the right leg and tap the toes to the mat 5 times. Core is engaged. Then bend the top knee, reaching for the ankle. A little single leg bow variation. Opening up the front of the thigh. Extend that top leg, come into a side plank, crossing the bottom leg in front. Both feet are on the mat. Hold here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the bottom knee down. Inhale, gate pose prep. Exhale, gate pose, left arm overhead. Come back through your prep and turn facing the right leg. Exhale, half splits. Take the chest towards the flexed foot. Beautiful. Inhale, one more breath. Exhale, fold. Coming into extended side angle, your version. Big inhale, side stretch. And exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, flip the palm and reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill the arms around, runner's lunge, up on fingertips, rocking back and forth. Feeling the hip flexor. And then release the knee, low lunge, sweep the arms up. Exhale, revolve to the right. Reach out with the fingertips. Palms meet, and we find a prayer twist. Hold here for a few breaths. Sending the pelvis down into the mat as you twist and release. Coming back through or revolved into a front-facing low lunge. Stepping up onto the knees, finding a slight little back bend. Hands come to the lower back. Sending the pelvis forward as you reach backward. Breathing nice and easy. Releasing back, hands come in front of the knees, taking the other side. Our half moon variation. Rising up nice and strong and tapping the toes 5 times. And bending the knee, reaching for the ankle, really reaching it behind the hips. Clearing the mind as you focus on your balance. Releasing the ankle, stepping into your side plank. Making these movements controlled. Hold and breathe. And release the lower knee, lifting up and overhead, gate pose. Making sure you're in alignment, and try to sweep into half splits, not using your hands. No judgment how it goes. Soften, find some ease. Then lift the chest and lift the back knee, extended side angle. Exhale, warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Reach up nice and high. And sweep it around, runner's lunge. Keeping the chest lifted towards the front. Working through the ball of the foot. And then releasing the knee, low lunge. Revolving on your exhale, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Hands come to prayer position. Elbow comes to the outside of the knee. One more big breath. And release back. Transitioning from where you came from, sending the hips back onto the knees. Taking a baby back bend prep or maybe a full camel here. When you're ready, carefully lifting out of your back bend, and then rocking back up onto the balls of the feet for a little toe balance. Knees are in front of the hips. Hands come to heart center. Find your balance here, and then try to open the knees to the sides of the room so the heels touch each other as you lift the arms over the head. Use your concentration. Tune out distractions. Bringing the knees back together, releasing into a nice chair pose, releasing the heels down, sink the hips, arms reach up overhead. One big breath. And then coming up onto the balls of the feet in our chair pose. Inhale to lift the heels and shift the weight forward. Really squeezing the calves. Slowly and carefully, begin to straighten the legs still on the balls of the feet. Arms come down by the sides. And as you exhale, still up on the balls of the feet, find diver pose. Take the chest forward towards the mat. Arms are by the hips. Move slowly. Big breath in, you got this. And exhale, release the heels, fold forward. Right fingertips come to mat, bend the right knee, left hand comes up, revolve. Take this moment to notice your breath. Releasing back to a forward fold to switch sides. And folding forward. Coming back through a little toe balance, scoot to the middle of the mat if you've moved. Taking a little pistol squat, if you can extend the right leg, reach for the big toe, and sit down on the bum. Wrapping arms around the left knee, find a little twist. Sending energy and awareness to the lower back. Then planting the right hand, reaching up into a little baby wild thing. Send the hips forward. And exhale, plant the hips back down. Coming back through our little toe balance to repeat. Extending the left leg, taking your time. Coming into your seat and finding your version of this twist. Releasing your twist when you're ready. Planting your left hand and sending the hips up as you soar the chest towards the sky, little baby wild thing. And take the hips back down, sending the legs up into boat pose. Keeping the shins parallel to the mat for one breath. Then extending the legs, perhaps taking a bind behind the thighs as you reach the chest more towards the legs with every breath. And as carefully as you can, extend your legs into staff pose, moving slowly. Inhale, reach the crown of the head up, nice long spine, before folding over. Taking a moment in this posture to feel your heart beating, to feel the energy and the blood pulsing through your body. Check in, see if there's anything else you need today to feel satisfied with your practice. And if there is, please take those now. Otherwise, if you're still with me, we can sit up, find a nice comfortable position to end the last minute of our practice with awareness of our breath. Coming full circle to where we began. Breathing in and out, not forcing your breath to slow down or speed up. Just being here with you. The greatest gift you can give yourself is presence. And taking our last breath together today. Inhale love and exhale love. I thank you so very much for joining me on the mat and would love to know how you liked this class. Until next time, my dear sweet friend.